measurement of area. So first of all, we should know that how we can measure some physical quantities. There are some instruments by which we can measure different physical quantities, and one by one we are going to study about that also. So first we are having measurement of area, that how we are going to study the, or how we are going to measure the area. So before this we should know what is an area. So what is the area? The amount of surface acquired by an object. Amount of surface acquired by any object or any plane figure, that is known as its area. Means area is having some kind of length plus area is having some kind of width. So this amount of surface acquired by any object or the plane figure is known as its area. And next we are having SI unit of area. So whatever things we are measuring, for the measurement we are always using some kind of SI units. SI unit means standard international D units. What are SI units? SI units are those units which are widely acceptable whole over the society. The whole society is going to accept only one unit, and that unit is known as SI unit system. And according to SI unit system, area we are going to measure in square meter, or you can say meter square. How does it is going to measure? For example, here I am having this area. So here in this area somewhat length is there, and here somewhat breadth is there. So here length is in meter, breadth is in meter. So as we know, area, for example, this is a rectangle. Area of rectangle is length multiply breadth. For example, this is 5 centimeter, or this is 5 meter, and this is 4 meter. Fine. So area of rectangle must be area is equals to length multiply breadth. So area is equals to length multiply breadth. Length is 5 meter, multiply breadth is 4 meter. So 5 fours are 20, meter into meter, that is meter square. So area SI unit always is meter square. Next we are having multiples of area. Like SI unit of area is meter. If you talk about the CGS unit of area is centimeter square. So here C means centimeter, G means gram, and S means second. So SI unit of area is, CGS unit of area is centimeter square. Multiples unit of area. What do you mean by multiple units? Multiple unit means the units which are bigger, than meter square. That areas are known as multiple units, and the multiples are used for larger measurements. Okay, so multiples of area are hectare, square kilometer. So these are some units which we are using for larger measurement of area. This is a relation between multiple units plus the SI unit of area. So here is a relation: 1 hectare is equals to 1 tens, 100,000, 10,000, 10,000 meters square. This is the relation between the bigger unit plus SI unit of the area. So multiple is hectare, and here SI unit is meter square. So next we are having second relationship, 1 kilometer square. Can I write 1 kilometer square as 1 kilometer multiply 1 kilometer? Because it is same only. Kilometer square means kilometer multiply kilometer. And as we know, 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. Fine. So here can I put this value? 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. So here put this value. 1 kilometer means 1000 meter. Multiply this, 1 kilometer means 1000 meter. After doing the multiplication, what we will get? 1 with 6 zeros, meter square. So 1 kilometer square is equals to this much meter square. So this is the second relationship between the multiple unit of area with the SI unit of area. Next we are having submultiple units of area. What do you mean by submultiple units? Submultiples are that units which we are using for smaller measurements. If we are having very small area, and to measure that very small area, we are not using hectare, we are not using kilometer square, we are just using centimeter square or millimeter square. That we can also call it as submultiple units of area. So here we are having some relation, 1 centimeter square. Firstly, we are going to do the relationship between 1 centimeter square and meter square. So can I write this 1 centimeter square as 1 centimeter multiply 1 centimeter? Because it is same only 1 centimeter square. So 1 centimeter is equals to 1 over 100 meter. This relation we are having between meter and centimeter. So here I am going to put the value of centimeter in terms of meter. So 1 centimeter is equals to 1 over 100 meter, multiply 1 centimeter again is 1 over 100 meter. So solve this. 1 multiply 1 is 1, 100 multiply 100 means 1, 1, 2, 3 with 4 zeros, meter square. So 1 centimeter square is equals to 1 by this much meter square. This you have to remember, because in exams it can ask to you that what is the relation between submultiple centimeter square and SI unit meter square. So this we have to prove properly. Fine. Next we are having second submultiple, 1 millimeter square. So 1 millimeter square, can I write like this? 1 millimeter multiply 1 millimeter, and then we are having this relation 1 millimeter is equals to 1 by 10 centimeter. This relation you have to remember. So instead of 1 millimeter I am going to put in the form of centimeter. So 1 by 10 centimeter multiply 1 by 10 centimeter. So here 1 multiply 1 means 1 over 10 multiply 10 means 100 centimeter square. This is the relation between millimeter square. 1 millimeter square is equals to 1 by 100 centimeter square. Fine. Next we are having area of regular shapes. Here for example we are having different kind of regular shapes. Plane figures we are having like rectangle, square, circle, triangle. So these figures where fixed length is there, fixed breadth is there, fixed height is there. So that plane figures are known as regular shaped objects. Fine. So how to measure the area of these regular shaped object? So we can measure the area by using some certain formulas. Might be you are also knowing about the area of rectangle, that is length multiply breadth, square, side multiply side. One by one we are going to study all the areas about the regular shape. Even though area of regular shape can also be measured by using a graph paper. We can use even though a graph in order to measure the area of regular shape. Fine. So here we are having different area, like first we are having rectangle. This is a form plane figure of rectangle. So how to find the area of rectangle? By using an appropriate formula, that is length multiply breadth. Here for example this is a length of rectangle and this is breadth of rectangle. By knowing its length and breadth we are going to study, or we are going to calculate its area. Second we are having square. So how we can find the area of square? By multiplying the sides. For example this is a side A. Similarly, this is also A side. Why? Because in square all sides are equal. If this is A side, this is also A side. So what is the area of square? Side multiply side. That is A multiply A square. Fine. Next we are having triangle. So how to find the area of triangle? By using the formula 1 by 2 base multiply height. This is the base of triangle and this is the height of triangle. By knowing the base and height, we can simply measure, we can simply use the formula, that is 1 by 2 base multiply height, in order to know the area of triangle. Next we have area of irregular shape using graph paper. As we have learnt now only that for the regular shape, we are having some kind of appropriate formulas. By using the appropriate formulas, you can use that formulas and you can find the area of regular shapes. But now is the problem for irregular shaped object. If I am having this kind of irregular shape object, so I am not having any kind of formula in order to know the area of this irregular shaped object. So now what is the method to calculate the area of irregular shape? The method is by using a graph paper. For example, this is a graph paper and this grid. This one box is of 1 centimeter square area. Here also 1 centimeter length, breadth also 1 centimeter. So area will be length multiply breadth, that is 1 centimeter square. Find, for example, this area of one grid is 1 centimeter square. Now we have to find the area of this leaf. So what we can do, firstly you can write the area. For example, this box is having 1 centimeter square. This also 1 centimeter square. Just write all the 1 centimeter squares to that box which is fully filled by the leaf. So these areas are fully filled by the leaf. So just write 1 centimeter square here. Okay. And this is also approximately fully filled. Approximately fully filled, you can also write 1 centimeter square. But you can check these one. Here you can see this area is half filled only. In this one grid, this area is half filled only. So you can write here half centimeter square. This also total I am going to take here, this one from here to this is also half filled, so half centimeter square. This is very small area, you can neglect. This is also very small area, you can neglect, no problem. This you can take half centimeter square. Here this also, this total I can take half because it is less than half. This is also left less than half, so this total I am going to take half centimeter square, and this also total I am going to take half centimeter square. So after writing these all things, what you can do, you can just plus, add up all these centimeter square. So how we can plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 centimeter square is full one. Now check the half ones. 1, 2, half and half means 1. This half and half means 2. And this half means 2 and half. So here it is 2 and half centimeter square. So what will be the answer? 13 plus 2. 15 and half centimeter square is the area of this irregular shaped object. If the area of irregular surface is very small, if area of irregular surface is very small, means for example this much only area we are having for irregular surface, we prefer to use millimeter square grid. So this grid which we are using of a graph paper, instead of 1 centimeter we can also use of 1 millimeter square. Okay, instead of using centimeter we are using here millimeter for the very small irregular surface. Fine, but the formula which we are using means to count the boxes, that formula is going to the same. Method is exactly the same. Next we are having something more to you, something more for you I want to tell you. If one has a spherical ball of radius r, if I am having this spherical ball of radius r, then its total surface area of this sphere is given by 4 pi r square. If someone asks you about the total surface area of sphere, so total surface or area of sphere is what? 4 pi r square, where r is the radius of this square, pi is a constant value 22/7, or you can write 3.14. This is always a constant value, same value we have to put in all the formulas. Fine.